It's Aric as in AricInTraining. You can catch me on Twitter at AricInTraining and also on Facebook at AricInTraining. It's a lot of AricInTrainings. I want to talk today about transitions. Basically give you a quick tutorial on how to set up your transition area, kind of how to go about the transition area, give you a few tips, and some general kind of USAT rules and guidelines on that are actually common mistakes. So obviously I'm prepared for my swim. I've got my skull cap and goggles, and so the rest is here for the bike and the run. Now for my transition area I use a yoga mat. Typically a transition area is a bar which your bike can go onto, hook onto the bar, and then you can take the area generally to the right of that to your bike. And you want to use a towel, or like in my case the yoga mat, to denote your space. Now within this area, I've bisected it into kind of three kind of sub areas. On my yoga mat I've actually got a central line which I use to designate between bike and run area, and then since it's a little longer I actually have an open area at the top, which is actually where I'm going to drop my wetsuit as I come in and transition to the bike. So think of a kind of a T. Across the top you've got your wetsuit post swim area. On the left hand side you've got your bike equipment, and on the right hand side you've got your running equipment. So that's pretty much it. Your bike is sitting on the thing, you're coming out of the water, and you come out of the water, you've got your skull cap and your goggles in your hand, and as you exit the water and you're running up the beach, you want to go ahead and open up your wetsuit and strip off the top of it. So do this as you're running, of course. So pull it down. Now I'll give you a quick tip on what to do with these guys. When you pull your last sleeve through, pull them with you so they end up just at the bottom of the sleeve. As you pull them through, they're not going anywhere out of there. So keeps them right there. So pull it down, pull your wetsuit down, and run. When you get to your transition area, a lot of people like to bend over and do all these interesting little acrobatics to get your wetsuit off. Just keep pushing it down till the very end. And mine is so big on me that I can just lift my foot out of it. So now you got your wetsuit off. I usually take a moment to kind of fold it up and gather it up. Drop it in the wetsuit area. That's that T-top. Now, there's two stacks for the bike. There's the clothes and shoes, and then the helmet. Work from the bottom to the top. So the shorts are on top. Shorts go on. Jersey goes on. Jerseys can be kind of hard to put on when you're wet, but with enough practice you can do it. And then shoes. You can either clip the shoes in on your bike and leave them like that, and then put them on as you start exiting your area. I'm not quite that advanced, so I just put them on like so. Sans socks. Now one thing about socks is if you're running up the beach, a lot of people say it's really hard to put socks on wet feet. Well, if you get plenty of sand on your feet, they actually help you get the socks on. So in this case, let's go ahead and back up and put socks on. So if you're going to have socks, make sure they're right side out, inside, one inside each shoe. Just slip them on, and I usually put them on. Once I put the sock on, I put the shoe on as well. Now there is a towel here that I left on top of the helmet just to wipe down if I needed to. In this case I didn't. I was nice and dry. Sunglasses and gloves are in the helmet. That means you're going to put these on before you put your helmet on. It's all about sequence here. So again, the bottom stack that I had for the bike had shoes, jersey, shorts on top. So when you grab the shorts, that's the first thing you're going to put on. Next thing will be the jersey, next thing is the shoes. Now you can bypass a lot of time just by doing the bike in whatever you're wearing. Like you can do the tri-shorts that I had on. Some people will do the entire triathlon in Speedo. I'm not quite there yet. So back to this, let's do the helmet. Now there is a USAT rule that says that the bike must not leave the bar unless your helmet is on and clipped. So that bike cannot move until you put your helmet on and clip it. So now I'm ready to go. Ready for the bike. Now I've already got my water bottle there, so I don't have to worry about that. So let's go. Alright, so I'm coming back with the bike. First thing I want to do with the bike again, put the bike on the bar and in its station. So you don't want to fuss with it. Once the bike is in its place, again, it's the opposite of what we just did. Take the helmet off. You're going to use the sunglasses on the run, so leave those on. You can run with the gloves, but I don't recommend it. So I'm going to peel those off right quick. And again, do the exact opposite of what you've done before. Now I'm going to switch jerseys. This is my bike jersey, and I want to wear my running jersey. So I'm going to throw this on. Now it can be hard because if your bike jersey is sweaty, you might just want to go in the bike jersey. Next, it's the shoes. And in this case, I did not do this correctly because the shoes should be untied and open, ready to accept your foot. So, cost myself a few seconds there. And so those go on. Helmet is on the next step. Hat goes on the next step. And in this case, I'm going to be running with a waist belt and water pack. Now, if my number is probably attached to my shorts at this point. So, at this point, I'm ready for the run. So, it's interesting because if you look at this transition area, as you complete the race, it's very neat. You want to keep everything together and on your mat. There's going to be a couple hundred people running by your transition area. If things are hanging off the edge, whatever, it might get kicked, you might miss things. So that's why I like using the yoga mat. It's because it's rubberized. If someone kicked my helmet, it's not going to go very far because it's stuck. So that's pretty interesting. Let's see, what else about transition areas? You guys feel free to post questions on my blog, aricintraining.wordpress.com. As I said before, I have a Facebook page, AricInTraining. Just look up AricInTraining on Facebook, and Aric is A-R-I-C, by the way. Anyways, transitions are kind of an art form. You really have to practice them and go through the steps before you get to the race day. In this case, I found a system that works for me with the T area using the yoga mat, using the left-hand side for the bike equipment, right-hand side for the run stuff, and then allowing the wetsuit to sit on the top of the T that's empty. It's been a pleasure kind of showing you guys this. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please let me know if you have any questions.